In the glorious city of Delhi, almost at its center, lies this very grand and very old Purana Killa. As Purana or old as the Killa is, as old or perhaps even older is its story. Now let's run through this step by step. So, first comes epic India. In Hastinapur, the mighty Kauravas and the mightier Pandavas once had a little tiff, and obviously they all created this big scene out of it. Dhritarashtra ordered a certain Khandav Prast to be given to the Pandavas to settle down on the banks of the Yamuna. And it's quoted, the Pandavas measured a city surrounded by ditches like the sea and provided with high defensive walls. This was their Indraprasth. Excavations just a few decades ago found a certain 1000 BC dated painted graveware, and not just here but at 4 other alleged sites as mentioned in the Mahabharata. But anyway, moving beyond the epic, archaeologists have found traces of a possible continuous inhabitation from 300 BC to 1700 AD. Now, jumping to Humayun, the Humayun, this man comes along in 1533 and within 10 months erects the city of Deenpana. Now, this was rather short lived, the city, of course, because in comes Sher Shah Suri soon after him and he defeats a poor old Humayun. Not just that, he also razes to the ground this Deenpana and constructs instead Shergarh. And this is what we see today. This is the Purana Killa that stands today. Now here's the plan or the top view of the Purana Killa. This is the walkway leading to the monuments within. And as you enter, the first thing that you see is the Bada Darwaza or the western entrance. Graphically represented here are the various monuments that lie within the Purana Killa complex. Along with listing them, we are also mentioning the key characteristic features that are associated with each one of them. Having listed the key characteristic features of all of these monuments, we here graphically show our information distribution pattern. The big blue circles represent those areas or those monuments which have a lot of information to offer, as opposed to the smaller blue circles which again engulf those monuments and those areas which have lesser amount of information to offer to any viewer. Having seen our information distribution pattern, we realize that there are 3 key problems here. First is that the route defined by the archaeological survey does not follow our information distribution pattern. Second, there exists a major overlap in our information distribution pattern. And the third problem being that with these 2 extremities of on one side having the Talaki Darwaza and on the other the Humayun Darwaza, we realize that they both have actually been left out from the key pattern or the key area of information distribution. Our solution to these 3 problems is represented by the green circles. Here we propose that we could fill this gap, this information gap, with the buffer information that we have regarding the epic India period, as it was mentioned earlier in this presentation. And hence we could bridge this entire gap between the 2 extremities and include them in the larger complex and yet have them to be a core part of the tour that we will offer.